My roommate stole my stuff and almost destroyed her face. I was doing a semester abroad at a university about 3 hours away from my real one. Nothing exotic, just far enough that my parents couldn't casually show up, and I had to learn a new bus system. The program set me up with a room swap. I'd live in some girl's room, she'd take mine back home. Same rent, same furniture, just different people. Temporary, 4 months. I kept telling myself that part. When I arrived, I met the roommates. 2 of them were fine, normal, polite. The third one was Nicole. And yes, she absolutely lived up to the name. Nicole was aggressively involved in everyone else's business, not in a friendly way. In a, why are you touching my things way. She'd stand in the kitchen reading mail left on the counter and announce the name out loud like she was sorting evidence. She'd open the fridge and comment on what people bought. Once she asked me why I drank so much juice like it personally affected her. The worst moment was when I left my laptop on the couch for maybe 2 minutes to grab water. I came back and she was scrolling through my open tabs. When I asked what she was doing, she said she thought it was hers. Her MacBook had apparently transformed into my scratched up Lenovo. After that, we were done. No fake friendliness, just tension. I avoided her. I stayed out late. I explored the city. I treated the apartment like a place I slept, not lived. Now here's where my weird habit comes in. I love black licorice. Not normal black licorice. I mean the hardcore Scandinavian stuff that tastes like salt, chemicals, and regret. Most people say it tastes like licking a tire. I think it's perfect. A few years earlier, I learned you could buy pure ammonium chloride powder online. That's the thing that gives salty licorice its punch. Bakers even use it sometimes. I ordered some and kept it in tiny plastic baggies in my room, each with maybe 10 grams. I dip my finger in, lick whatever stuck, and that was enough. It's intense. White powder, no smell, mildly acidic. Definitely not something you mess around with. About 3 weeks into living there, I was in the kitchen dipping my finger into one of the baggies when Nicole walked in. She immediately zeroed in on it, asked what it was. I told her it was candy flavoring, and she wouldn't like it. She stared at me like she absolutely did not believe a word I said. After that, weird things started happening. My closet door would be open when I knew I'd shut it. My desk drawer would be pulled out just slightly. That awful feeling where you're 90% sure someone's been in your room, but you don't have proof. I knew it was her. I started locking my door every time I left, except one morning, I forgot. I was late for an early class and ran out the door without thinking. When I came back that afternoon, there was an ambulance outside the building. I remember stopping on the sidewalk, just staring at it thinking, please don't be our apartment. It was. The door was wide open. 2 paramedics were in the living room with Nicole, who was sitting on the couch holding a towel to her face. There was blood everywhere, on her shirt, on the cushions, dripping onto the floor. It looked unreal, like a bad movie set. The second she saw me, she started screaming that this was my fault, that I did this to her. The paramedics asked what happened. I looked at Nicole and asked her, calmly, if she went into my room, took one of my little baggies, and tried to snort it thinking it was something else. She went quiet. Then she admitted it. I told the paramedics it was ammonium chloride and spelled it out. Their expressions changed immediately. One of them said they needed to get her to the hospital to make sure she hadn't burned through her nasal cavity because the substance is acidic. Nicole started crying and yelling that I set a trap. I reminded her I told her it was candy and she wouldn't like it. I also reminded her she went into my room and stole something that wasn't hers. They took her away. I stayed behind, scrubbing blood out of the couch for 20 minutes before the other roommate got home. Nicole came back later that night with gauze stuffed up her nose. She didn't speak to me again for the rest of the semester, which was honestly the best possible outcome. Months later, my exchange buddy told me Nicole couldn't smell anything for a while. Doctors said it might be permanent. It eventually came back after about 6 months. She told people I left it out on purpose to hurt her. I graduated and moved on.